6076. The first step in preparing a lecture is to A. Research the subject. B. Develop the main ideas or key points. C. Establish the objective and desired outcome. The correct answer is C. When preparing a lecture, it is important to begin by establishing the objective and desired outcome. This step helps provide focus and direction to the lecture, ensuring that the content and delivery align with the intended purpose of the instruction. By establishing the objective and desired outcome, the instructor clarifies what they aim to achieve through the lecture. This could involve imparting specific knowledge, developing certain skills, or changing learners' attitudes or behaviors. The objective serves as a guiding principle throughout the lecture preparation process. However, without a clear objective and desired outcome, the lecture may lack direction and purpose. Establishing the objective helps ensure that the content, examples, activities, and assessment methods chosen for the lecture align with the intended learning outcomes. It also helps the instructor effectively communicate their expectations to the learners, enhancing their engagement and understanding. 6079. What is one advantage of a lecture? A. Uses time economically. B. Excellent when additional research is required. C. Allows for maximum attainment of certain types of learning outcomes. The correct answer is A. One advantage of a lecture is that it uses time economically. Lectures are often an efficient way to deliver information to a large group of learners within a given time frame. By presenting the content verbally, the instructor can cover a significant amount of material in a relatively short period. Lectures are particularly useful when there is a need to convey a large amount of information or provide an overview of a topic. They allow the instructor to present key concepts, theories, and facts to a group of learners simultaneously. This can be especially beneficial in situations where time is limited or when it is necessary to reach a large audience efficiently. Furthermore, lectures can provide a structured framework for organizing and presenting complex information. The instructor can carefully plan and sequence the content to ensure a logical flow and highlight the most important points. This helps learners grasp the key concepts and understand the overall context of the subject matter. While lectures have their advantages, it is important to note that they may not be suitable for all types of learning outcomes or for all learners. Lecture-based instruction primarily focuses on transmitting knowledge from the instructor to the learners. It may be less effective in facilitating interactive or hands-on learning experiences. Therefore, a combination of instructional methods and approaches is often recommended to cater to different learning needs and promote deeper understanding and engagement. 6080. An instructor can inspire active learner participation during informal lectures through the use of questions. A. Questions. B. Visual aids. C. Encouragement. The correct answer is A. Instructors can inspire active learner participation during informal lectures through the use of questions. By asking questions, instructors can engage learners, stimulate their thinking, and encourage them to actively participate in the learning process. When instructors ask questions during a lecture, it prompts learners to reflect on the information presented, apply their knowledge, and articulate their thoughts. Questions can be used to assess prior knowledge, check comprehension, encourage critical thinking, and promote discussion among learners. They create an interactive and participatory environment where learners are actively involved in the learning experience. Effective questioning techniques can include a combination of different types of questions, such as open-ended questions that require learners to provide detailed responses and closed-ended questions that have specific correct answers. Instructors can strategically place questions throughout the lecture to maintain learner engagement, break up the content, and encourage learners to think deeper about the topic. It's important for instructors to create a supportive and non-judgmental environment where learners feel comfortable responding to questions. Encouraging participation, acknowledging learners' contributions, and providing constructive feedback can further enhance active learner engagement during informal lectures. While questions are a powerful tool to inspire active learner participation, They can be complemented by other instructional strategies, such as visual aids, demonstrations, and interactive activities to create a well-rounded learning experience. 6081. The distinguishing characteristic of an informal lecture is the A. Use of visual aids. B. Learners' participation. C. Requirement for informal notes. The correct answer is C. The distinguishing characteristic of an informal lecture is the requirement for informal notes. Unlike formal lectures that typically involve detailed and structured notes, informal lectures encourage learners to take their own informal notes based on their understanding and interpretation of the lecture content. In an informal lecture, the instructor may provide an outline or key points of the lecture, but the emphasis is on the learner's active engagement and personal note-taking. Learners are encouraged to jot down their own thoughts, insights, connections, and reflections as they listen to the lecture. This promotes a more personalized learning experience and allows learners to capture the information that is most relevant and meaningful to them. Informal notes in an informal lecture format can take various forms, such as bullet points, diagrams, concept maps, sketches, or even written reflections. The purpose is to support the learner's comprehension, retention, and application of the lecture content in a way that is meaningful to them. 6082-1. Which teaching method is most economical in terms of the time required to present a given amount of material? A. Briefing. B. Teaching lecture. C. Demonstration/performance. The correct answer is B. A teaching lecture involves the instructor delivering information or content to the learners through oral communication. It is a one-way communication method where the instructor presents the material and the learners primarily listen and receive information. This method allows for a relatively efficient and direct transmission of knowledge from the instructor to the learners. It's important to note that the choice of teaching method should consider the learning objectives, content complexity, learner preferences, and instructional context. While a teaching lecture may be time-efficient for delivering information, incorporating other interactive and participatory methods can enhance learner engagement and understanding.